today's task is not an easy one. It's going to be trying to run this mega massive brake line all the way to the front underneath. And if you don't already know, on a subframe, on a Mini, your line kind of goes down the car and then under the subframe, or over the top technically actually of the subframe, and then back down. So without taking the subframe back off, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. So I might have to undo the subframe on both sides and pull it back. But we're going to see if I can bend it over and force it down, and then do the bends after by hand, and just hope I can get it all long enough, because I don't want to take the subframe off again. We'll see how it goes. And then obviously at the front of the car, where it connects here at the bottom, that goes down there into the depths, and then sort of behind the front subframe, and then into the car that way. So we're going to have to try and put all the bends in here too. But the back is going to be the hardest bit, so we're going to try and force it over the subframe first, and then we'll see what we can do with the rest of it afterwards. There we go, a bit better lighting, you can maybe see a bit more. So the mostly complicated part is, if we can see the runners, you kind of can. Just in front, he's just up here, it goes all the way down to the front of the car. So normally you feed your lines through those, and it kind of protects them. So I've got to try and, yeah, as you can imagine, get this old mega line to the front, which comes coiled. Why? I mean, I get for transport, but it's going to be a pain in the butt to keep that as straight as I can all the way to the front. We're going to connect our side one, so as far as I can work out, the longer one goes on this side. So it's going to connect up to that thing up there, and then in the middle of these, well, not the middle, but on the right hand side, we've got a little joiner. So he's going to go sort of that way. And then we've got a little teeny stubby one. These are like 15 quid, by the way, actually rip-off city. That's going to connect onto the short side on this one, into the T, and then obviously big long line is going to go down to the front from the T. At least that's how I'm doing it. Who knows if it's right, but yeah. Let's see how it goes. Like and subscribe, all that kind of jazz. Let's crack on with it. Alright, Bodgers, by the will of the gods of some kind, I actually managed to pull the brake line up and put it sideways, a lot of wiggling and, you know, a lot of messing around without having to take any of the subframe off, and pulled it over the top. So I need to figure out how much further it needs to come through, which it might actually be less than that. So I'm going to put the T-piece on the end of here, and then connect the end pieces, one over there and one on there, with the obviously the lines, like this bad boy here, and I'm going to see if I can figure out how the rest of this goes. The plus side is we've got a bit of a wiggle movement going forward from that point on, so obviously we can push or pull it back through once the T-piece is on, and then we'll figure out the obviously undoing the old brake line there. So I have to pry those little clip things that are built into the floor down all the way along, and then yeah, figure out the bends at the front. But it's happening, it's happening. So we'll come back to it once I connect all this T-piece and everything on here, and then yeah, see what's happening. Alright, semi-success, kind of. I've connected the brake line there, as you can see, it's into a T-piece, as you can see, which goes into the thing, and then feeds all the way along, which are the hardest lines in the world, don't really bend these ones, and feeds into that one there. There's, again, issues with the likelihood is I needed different kind of brake lines and stuff, because it was from a Mark 1 subframe, which who would have known. So there's little gaps everywhere, you know, like where maybe there should be spaces or bolts. So as for long term, how that's going to stay, I don't know. But I'll tighten it all up and we'll see. Obviously, I'm not going to move around that much because it's a brake line, but you know, it's going to ruin the threads on them at the very least. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, next mission is to try and peel away the old brake line, as you can see, it's just about hanging down there, and then force the new brake line into the same kind of position that one was in, and clip them in whilst pushing it to the front. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm not going to clip it in yet. I'm going to run it down the same sort of line, and then figure the front of the car out, and then clip it all in after. So just for clarification, when I say peel back the old brake line, when they go under Minis, as you probably already know, they go under these sort of almost built-in metal clips. So you have to bend, get a screwdriver in the right-hand side there, and then pry it down, and then yeah, peel the line down. And these are held in random strategic points. So there was one there, as you can see, pulled it down. Got one here, got one here. Ah, spider in my face. And then the line then bends. This is the bit where it's going to get tricky. You have to bend it around there, unclip all these tiny clips, and then as we go forward, around the crusty muddy part of the Mini, and then goes up that way. What a nightmare. That's going to be impossibly difficult to do, but I've got to try and do it. So there we go. As the Mini brake line is getting unclipped, this will be so much easier on ramps. I don't know why I've not tried to do it, but basically they unclip, as you can see, and then as you go further under the front, they're a bit trickier, but they unclip sort of sideways like that, and then yeah, I'm not quite sure at the front end yet, but we'll find out as we get there. So I have a new brake line, which is, like you say, connected at the back. That's going to have to go up to here. Get off screwdriver. And then I'm going to follow the same brake line there. So I'm going to try and bend it the same, and then get the rough shape before I pull the old brake line completely off. Whoop, so it's hard to tell. Here's the old compensator. We're undoing this line here, which is a bit of a bugger to get to. But you're going to undo this, and then hopefully the line will drop down. But you can see how many bends I've got to try and copy. It's going to be pretty difficult. So what I'm going to try and do is undo this. Hopefully it'll drop down. I'll pull the line under the car, then copy the bends as best I can before pulling up to the compensator here, and then clipping them under the car. Alright Bodgers, this is what I got up to, and I know people are going to be moaning, but whatever. My brake line, as you can see, squirrels all over the place. Now what you're supposed to do with these things is fit it behind the back of the subframe. That's not happening because I've got to take the subframe off. Maybe in the future I'm going to have to. This, where it bolts on here, keeps over tightening and loosening, so I'm pretty sure the thread on it is buggered, but it's tight enough and it's not leaking. It did have a minor leak from the top here. Obviously I need to bleed the brakes off first. Bigger issue is trying to figure out the clutch. I'm assuming this is the clutch cylinder, because obviously we've got the brake attached to it and whatever. It's got fluid in it, and I've got no pressure so far. As far as I can tell, the piston is going up and down. I need to double check it, but yeah, I ain't going to be doing much test driving without a clutch. And I know the clutch has got a plate and everything in it, because if you start it in gear it does stall. So I'm assuming that means there's a plate and everything in there. So it's just a case of figuring out these little bits. But yeah, you can see the brake line curls around. It's not very pretty, but not next to anything hot, which is the main thing. And if we look underneath, as you can see, instead of going round the back of the subframe thing, it's just basically dropping down there. I personally don't think there's going to be any issues with that, but because it goes somewhere near the exhaust, but it's not exactly touching it, is it? It's miles off. But yeah, it'll do for now anyway. It goes all the way to the back of the car. So next is get this clutch going, and then first test drive, and then we'll worry about taking all the front end back off again, brakes, etc, etc. Making sure everything's kosher. Like these track rods need to be changed basically. I need to double check basically all the knuckles and joints, make sure nothing's going to snap if I do take it for a high speed drive at some point in the future. Yeah, we're getting there. Anyway, I will see you in the next video if we can get it to drive.